Greetings, beloved Princeton United Methodist Church community. As things have continued to evolve and change through the pandemic, your COVID team has been working hard to discern what the next steps are for us as we continue to prioritize our mission and values and the health and safety of the most vulnerable among us. To that end, we have some significant updates for you. And Connie Offer, one of the members of our COVID care team, is here with me to tell you about it. And as you listen, please remember that we are indeed a diverse faith community, and there are innumerable needs and preferences among us. This is such a beautiful thing, and as is so often true with some of the very best parts of life, there are challenges that come along with it as well. You have done an amazing job of caring for one another, being compassionate toward one another, honoring diversity, particularly over these last 2 years as we have navigated the pandemic. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this. And I ask you to continue striving to be a more beloved community by continuing to do these very things. So Connie, will you tell us about some of the changes coming with children and youth ministry?
Sure. We are thankful that we were able to welcome our youth and children choir back to rehearsals in the choir room. All youth and children will remain masked during rehearsals and performances in the choir room as well as in the sanctuary. But beginning March 27th, we are adjusting to a policy of mask optional, but strongly recommended for our children aged 5 and over. Masks for children and teachers will continue to be required for those in the pre-K to kindergarten Sunday classroom. Nursery staff will continue to be masked, and testing will continue for nursery workers, where we require a negative test the day before or day of their service in the nursery. For other grades, more likely vaccinated, masking will be optional, but strongly recommended for those groups. In regards to the one-room classroom, which occurs on Communion Sunday, we will continue to have all children and teachers wear a mask to keep a safe environment for our younger children during this time. Lastly, we are excited to bring back the sharing of group meals for our youth group. Meal sharing is an important part of building community and strengthening the social connection among our youth. So we are looking forward to having this opportunity again.
Thank you. If you worshiped with us this past Sunday on March 13th, we celebrated the joy of having our youth choir sing in person together live in the sanctuary during worship. This is the first time we've had a vocal choir singing together in worship in 2 years. So we're going to continue to ease more and more into in-person choral singing. The children's choir will be singing in worship on March 27th. The chancel choir will sing in worship on Easter Sunday. We're still going to have a mix of some virtual choir pieces, especially through the summer, but we are moving in the right direction. We'll also be bringing hymnals and Bibles back into the pews in the sanctuary in the coming weeks. And we'll also add back into worship, passing the collection plate, in addition to the many touchless ways to give your offering that there are for you now, and they will continue to be there for you. So about masks, this is the question you're all wondering about, I know. So assuming the COVID activity level index, or CALI, remains at moderate or low levels in our region of New Jersey, on March 27th, masks will become optional, but strongly recommended in most of our church activities, including worship. So you already heard about masks remaining required for choirs and places where children under 5 years old are involved in classroom settings. So there are still some restrictions in place. But I also want to share a word about our strong recommendation to continue wearing masks. While it will become optional in worship, we also know that first, we are a church family with a number of very young children who do not have the option to be vaccinated. And second, masking, along with vaccines and boosters, are two of the most powerful tools we have to keep one another safe and to stop the spread of COVID and other respiratory diseases. So I'm going to continue to wear my mask in worship when I'm not speaking. And I would ask you particularly to be ready to wear a mask when you are near a very young child. Not only does this help that child the preschool age 2 and over, to wear the masks that they need to wear, it also helps keep them safe and healthy too. Lastly, we will be able to eat together in church in ways we haven't been able to in a long time. So Connie mentioned a youth group and some snacks for children along the way, but our coffee hour is also coming back on March 27th. We'll continue to encourage you to enjoy the outdoors, especially in the warmer weather, even as we have these opportunities to eat a little more together and to be in person for these things. In any situation, we encourage you to continue to use the stoplight system to indicate your own needs and preferences around contact and distancing. So remember that a green or blue sticker means that you are ready for hugs and handshakes and sitting near others. A yellow sticker means that you are more cautious and asking people to check in before making close contact. And red means that you are taking greater precautions and are asking people to give you space.
On behalf of the Reopening Committee, we want to thank everyone for your continued adherence to the PUMC guidelines to keep our church community safe. We continue to encourage everyone who is eligible to get vaccinated and boosted. This is a profound way of promoting the common good and caring for each other, especially the most vulnerable. We will continue to monitor the changing state and federal recommendations and will adjust our approach accordingly and come back to you if there are any changes in our guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Blessings to you all, and we'll see you soon.